Hello everyone, Matt Malatesta here with Matthew Ogle. Second season of the sixth rotation. We're talking volleyball, City of Houston, statewide, etc. Okay, happy to announce that our preseason magazine is out. Go to your local HEBs as well as online. Go to our Instagram, go to our Twitter, go to our VYPE.com. You can find it. Go purchase it. It can be delivered right to you. It's also going to be at all these tournaments around the city of Houston as well. So lots of labor that went into this.
Yeah.
Lots of research. Okay. 2025. Coming off of 2024, where we had the first year ever to have the split playoff situation where we had more state champions. Granted, we didn't have your typical semifinal, final at a state venue. Did you like it more having more state champions, or did you like it more having the big celebratory weekend of the semifinals and the finals?
Well, I'd say there were more pros than cons, and I've talked with a lot of coaches about it. Yes, there's the downside that even if you reach the state Final Four, there's no guarantee you play in the big venue in Garland, but I like the aspect that there's more champions. There's definitely, I think it's better in terms of regional zoning, so you don't have to go too far, especially if you're playing a team that's in the Houston area. You can stay pretty local, but as long as there's no issues with the travel bus, then it should be an easy trek.
I love seeing in Big 6A Fulsher playing Grand Oaks. I also loved in 5A the run that Stratford had. We went along on that ride.
Stratford was 6A D2.
6A D2. That was super cool. We had Friendswood had a great season. Also in 6A D2 was...
we had College Park as well.
College Park. Big year for them. Mm-hmm. So that was really cool to see these teams have extended seasons. So, boom, checked it off. We loved it. It's going to be probably even better this year because we know what to expect. This season, we won back-to-back state championships with Grand Oaks. Samara Coleman is gone. Hallie Thompson is still there. Morgan Rogers, the coach, is still there. They have some really good pieces there. Can they win it again?
If they did, they would be the first team.
They win it again?
I think they have the talent to do so. Coaching is there. I know Coach Rogers, she was a little stressed out by the bus situation that they had because they had the first time they were there, they had troubles. They were worried they were going to be late. And then the second year, they started to have bus trouble again. And she called the principal, called the AD, like, I'm worried about this. But safe travels. They ended up winning it all against Fulsher, as you mentioned. I think they can do it. Hallie Thompson is in a league of her own whenever it comes to that kind of offensive weaponry. Callie Reese is a phenomenal setter / libero on that side of the ball. They also have a few other younger girls that Coach Rogers brought up, Kate Bull and Peyton Wiley. But if they did it, they would be the first team since Hebron, which was 2015, 16, 17 to do it. And they're going to have some stiff competition, though, I'll tell you that, especially from Dallas.
They are. I think the departure and graduation of Samara Coleman, she's now at Baylor. She was like having another MVP on that team. So I think that is very hard to replace. I think there's going to be a hangover with the USA Indonesian trip that Hallie Thompson and Jaden Robinson from Ridge Point have taken, which is awesome. They've had a long club season because they win the national championship in club. They played so much volleyball at elite level. They're months from going off to college. Months from going off. Does the high school, do they care?
I think for them, it's more about fun. This is kind of their, I wouldn't say easy breezy. That Hallie, personally, I don't think she has any more to prove. 2 state championships, 2 MVPs. Robinson, it might be a little different because Ridge Point is always in the conversation, but they've never been able to reach that level, and this could be the year. I'd love to see that. But for Hallie, I think it's just about fun. She knows what she's capable of, and it's this team. It's just, for a lot of them, there's several players that are going to be playing at the next level. So it's just about, hey, let's represent our school one last time. Let's enjoy the moments, enjoy the trips. Let's just make history and get a three-peat. They can get a specially engraved ring that looks like brass knuckles.
I want them to win it. I want them to win it. I don't think they're going to win it. I think there's just so much talent across the board in the state of Texas. It is loaded. You got young talent coming up that is elite as well. So, Grand Oaks is our number one, no doubt about it.
Well, I mean, you could say the same thing whenever Jayla Auguste left, too. I mean,
it's a good point.
It's a good point. She's at Florida now, and Samara, I think you might have said she went to Baylor. You might be thinking of Bailey Warren. Bailey Warren went to Baylor after transferring from Wake Forest.
Yeah.
And Samara went to TCU.
You're right.
After leaving Pitt.
You're right. But yeah, she never, did she even get to Pitt? I don't think she did.
I don't think she did.
I think she just transferred and she's
Either way, I mean, you could say that there were similar doubts, like, hey, you lost a huge player like that. And who knows? We could be wrong. Out of these teams, though, because like you mentioned, Dallas, there's a lot of big heavy hitters, whether it be South Lake Carroll, Keller,
Byron Nelson,
Hebron. Byron Nelson might be in D2, but I would love to see Grand Oaks play Byron Nelson, whether it be an exhibition match or whatever. Out of all the Houston teams, though, who do you think has the best chance to knock them off?
In that region, I don't think anybody can knock them off in that region. I do think that
maybe if there were a team to meet them in the championship.
Can College Park give them a game in district and maybe beat them in district? I don't know. College Park is pretty loaded. They're very big. I'm not saying that they're as athletic as Grand Oaks, but you got Prohoda going to Kentucky, and you got Lacey Tennell who's going to Baylor, and she has two twin sisters that are younger, and they're really good too. Reese Ellen, she's really good. They're pretty deep.
They're well coached.
They're well coached too. But I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. They might catch them when Hallie is just like coming off of just getting back from Indonesia. You know, like that's a wild situation for them. But the other piece is this. The other team that made a big run was Stratford. Stratford's one of their best players, Sarah Hickman, giant girl, plays the middle. She's going to Stanford. She didn't play club. She's trying to stay healthy. She's got a little bit of a back issue. She's graduating early. She wants to get to Stanford. Not playing. Her high school career is over. Thoughts?
I'd argue she wasn't even the best player on the team.
I would agree.
She definitely, and that's one thing I noticed, is they are not as tall as they were last year. She was the centerpiece of what I called the Great Wall of Stratford, because it was her.
The Great Wall.
They still have Melina.
That girl's good.
Milanovic, I think that's her name.
She's good. She doesn't know she's good, but she's good.
She brings the height and the athleticism, but she was kind of the unsung hero of the team. But of course, as we mentioned, we got a cover girl in Audrey Cook. Gwen Koss was probably their best offensive weapon, even if Hickman maybe had like 6 inches on her, 5 inches on her. But they made it all the way to the state championship, where they had to face Byron Nelson, as we all know.
Yeah.
Brutal team. I think they still have the juice. They might be even more motivated, because I heard, like, there was, at the citywide photo shoot, I was like, is there any drama? They're like, oh, we're a little mad that she decided to graduate early. But
right.
I mean, I could see it from her perspective too. Like, if you have a scholarship, if you have maybe potentially NIL money going towards your college career, all the power to you to stay healthy. But
it's a kind of a bummer. It's kind of a bummer.
It is.
But it is what it is. And I mean, I get it. And she is kind of injury prone, so fine. Fulshire, I think, is going to be sleepy good. They do have a middle that has an injury. She ACL'd. She's out for the year. I can't remember her name. But they got this cat, and we know the name. It's synonymous with greatness in volleyball. And her name is Jada Skinner. And she's the little sister of the Skinner sisters. We know Avery Skinner for sure. superstars. She's just a sophomore. She's going to be the next big thing in Houston and the next big thing for Fulsher, who went to state last year. One of the best Coach Zimmerman. She's great. They have some size. They have some athleticism. How do they replace Bailey Warren? Maybe Skinner is that person. It's going to take her a minute to get going, to become that good. They got the Voskuhl sisters, and they're good. Mm-hmm. And they're tall and athletic. If they can just keep it between the lines, Voskuhls, they're going to be solid. They're going to be all right.
I don't think they're reaching state again, but it's difficult to replace a Bailey Warren because watching her play in Garland, like, she was the offense. She was going toe-to-toe with Hallie Thompson and Samara Coleman. I think that was their distinction. They had two superstars on either side of the net hitting it down. Bailey Warren, she was all over the place. They would move her to the right, to the left. Skinner, it's like you said, there might be a little bit of a learning curve, and there's big shoes to fill, but I don't know. It seems like regardless of who is in that starting lineup, Zimmerman and that culture of the team, whether they're in 4A, 5A, or 6A, they always seem to have found a way to reach the state level. But I just think Houston's too loaded for them to get to that point again. We'll see.
So they would line up with the other team, which should be awesome, and they need to be awesome. They have yet to be awesome. And that team is who? The Ridge Point Panthers. Mm-hmm. They're massive. Taylor Johnson going to Iowa State. Jaden Robinson going to Nebraska. You don't get any bigger than that.
Nope.
You don't get any bigger than that. And they have young talent as well coming up that are huge. Do they have a setter? Do they have defense? I don't know. I don't care. But if you got those super freak talent like that, then I think you got a chance to get out of the region and get to the state Final Four. If they don't, this is kind of like Katie's softball last year. They're going to hear it. Yeah. They're going to hear it from me. And I don't know if they're going to hear from you.
If there is a year for them to do it, it's now. Granted, you could have said the same thing last year. They had Kennedy Rogers, who's gone now. True. I think she's at SMU, if I'm not mistaken. But you got Taylor Johnson, but you also got another girl, Madeline Johnson, unrelated. She's more on the backside, as you're talking about. Piper Marquardt, if I pronounced that name wrong, I'm sorry. That is just a crazy name. And then you got a girl that's probably got a very marketable name, Zaya Sista.
That's a cool name.
S-I-S-T.
She's good too.
Yes.
She's tall.
She was the newcomer of the year in that district, and that district has some good weapons. But if there is a time, it's now. And if they made it to the third round last year, I think they could make a strong case to reach regional finals. Who knows, maybe the state Final Four.
They got to get it together. This is the year.
This is the year. Another team we're not talking about who might kind of just sneak in there is Tompkins, because we've talked so much about Cinco Ranch and they've kind of just, everyone's just glossed over the rest of the district because everyone knows like Cinco Ranch is reaching the regional final or state. It doesn't matter who it is. Now Cassie O'Brien's gone. It's not like they're going to be off the face of the planet, but there's a drop off, I would imagine. And right now, I think
it's a massive drop off.
Yeah. But that is a very good district. You got your Tompkins, you got your Seven Lakes. Katie Taylor's pretty good. Katie Jordan's not bad. But as of right now, the depth I see on that Tompkins team, whether it be the newcomer of the year, Elsa St. Rose, or Brooklyn Merrill's younger sister, Drew, or let me make sure. They got so many names down here.
They're big too.
Callie Funk, another marketable name.
Yeah. She's like an Ivy Leaguer. She's going somewhere Ivy League, but she's really good.
Emma L. Sasser.
They have more depth.
They have more weapons.
A team I think that's going to challenge them, and it's going to be the sleeper, is Seven Lakes. Mm-hmm. Seven Lakes won a state championship a couple of years ago. People forget with the Bacon Horse girls. Dude, they got a girl on their team. They've got 3 girls on their team that are really good. But they got, you talk about a marketable name. The name of all names in the city of Houston is Wiggles Ngo. Say it with me. Wiggles Go. She's going to be unbelievable.
Isn't her name like Will Trace?
Will Trace, yeah. But she goes by Wiggles. Everybody calls her Wiggles because she just started playing and she dominates at the club level. So she's going to be really good. They got a middle there that's going to be good. Amy Cataline is one of the best coaches in the state of Texas. She did it at Fort Bend, Austin, and she's done it in one state here at Seven Lakes. She's really good. I think they're going to be good. I think Dawson's going to be good. Talk about the controversy. Not really a controversy. They had to move in. Every Coonson, like I said, whoever.
Cuckoo.
She transfers from Pearland, where she was a star, to Dawson, which they have a really good team over there as well.
Dawson was already loaded. We had them as our number 6. We still have them as our number 6 before the year. Of course, with Jenna Thedford, a star for Houston Skyline. Keaton Points. They got the Ranny sisters, Taylor and Sloan. And then you add on Avery Coonson, who was a first-team All-District, could have been District MVP for Pearland last year. SFA commit, which I know it's kind of... as a Sam Houston State alum, I'm going to say boo. But she's extremely talented, and that did cause like a little bit of a, I wouldn't say scuffle. It's going to make the matchup between Dawson and Pearland that much more marketable and watchable because everyone's going to be like, ooh, tension, ooh, drama.
Yeah.
But
there's nothing like Pearland ISD TikTok drama.
Yeah, but
There's nothing like it.
Dawson is another one of those teams that has considerably underperformed in the years past.
You're a very good point.
Yeah,
very good point.
They lost in the second round last year with a lot of talent.
Yeah.
And now it's put up or shut up time because they play. We talk so much about how loaded District 13 6A is with your Grand Oaks, your College Park, the Woodlands.
Always good. Always
Ridge. But, we're not talking enough about 22 6A because Shadow Creek, who they've suffered some injuries, but they're really good, though.
I love them. They're good. That's the problem.
They had some injuries, which I think is going to cost them. But then you got your Dawson, you got your Pearland. Manville's another sneaky good team. That is a huge district that could provide maybe a state contender. We'll see. Dawson, though, I like what I'm seeing. And I'm likely going to watch that game because Pearland, they have...
Cat fight, baby. Cat fight.
Pearland, they're not going to be without their talent. They do have a young girl named Braylon Wolford, who I spoke with their coach about. She's a freshman, ascending, younger sister of a former Pearland star, Cora Wolford. So there's a lot of drama and tension brewing, and I think that's what makes this volleyball season that much more... enticing. That makes it interesting.
6A gonna be really good. It's gonna be great to see who comes out of the region 3 and 2. Then 5A, there's one team. There's only one team in 5A, and that is the Fringewood Mustangs. Fringewood is serious. What do you mean? They're good. They went to state last year as well.
Regional final.
Exactly. One step from state. They have one of the most electric players in the state, if not the country, going to Florida.
No doubt.
Florida. I think they're very well coached, and they're deep, and they're always really good year after year. But they always make it to that regional final and or state semi. They gotta win one. Can we win one?
They have to. The beauty of this team, I think, is they hold the distinction of bringing back everybody from last year. Because obviously, Nadia Shelby, big Florida commit, she's the monster, the straw that stirs the drink for that team, that offense. But you got Caroline Adams, Haley Patton, as we mentioned, reached the regional final last year. Out of everyone in 5A, they have the best shot for Houston. And they're all seniors, so this is the time. Last chance.
Yeah.
But they've got to face a lot of good teams, whether it be Georgetown, whether it be Wakeland, the defending champs.
I was at Georgetown. Georgetown's a little down. They graduated 9 players this year.
Well, Cedar Park is another one.
They're pretty good.
And they're all in that 5A Division II, and that just... They're
going to state. Book it.
They better go to state. They better go to state.
Okay. They're going to state. All right, let's
Anyone else in 5A you like?
I mean, Mag West, maybe Barbers Hill.
Matt was 6A now, isn't they? Aren't they?
Exactly. Barbers Hill.
Lake Creek.
They just go as far as they can. Lake Creek, they lost a lot of really good players also. They lost their best player.
Peyton McKee.
Right.
Coach Kane's got...
She's cool. She does a good job.
Got Ryan Mockery, Kansas Lamar.
Kansas Lamar, if she ever puts it together, she's going to be a beast.
She's got the height, definitely.
Yes.
I think
what it is about girls, man? If they don't really have confidence, man, they ain't going nowhere. But that girl can dominate.
You got to have an ego about you.
You do, and they're like, some of them don't. Yeah. Anyways,
you can't let it go too far, but
you can let it go the whole way. Let it go.
It's their district to lose. Montgomery's a good sleeper with Delaney Wright, up and comer. West Fork, as much as I love them, they still have some stuff to prove.
They had a good year last year.
They did.
Great year.
Chloe Lilly, the Lewis sisters. I might butcher her name, but Zizi and Wanizi. That's another
great name.
Very
Wiggles
cool name.
Go. And who?
Zizi and Wanizi.
Heck yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, that's
fire.
But yeah, West Fork. My brother keeps on bringing up like, why aren't you giving our football team some love? I'm like, y'all start winning some games, we might. But
yeah,
it's
a volleyball school.
Volleyball, as of right now, that's their ticket item, big ticket item. That's all I got for 5A.
Private
honestly.
school.
LSA. It's LSA's to lose.
Lutheran South Academy, for those who don't know who LSA, way down south.
Only reason they didn't reach state last year, one is Bailey Minor. Two is Kira Musgrove. I think she had the flu or she didn't play in their game against, I want to say it was FBCA, Fort Bend Christian Academy, to reach the state Final Four. And
Kira Musgrove is now at Texas A&M, but has a younger sister who is really good as
Musgrove Jr., Addison Musgrove.
Yes.
But their best player, I still think, is Anderson Collins. But, I mean,
it's theirs to lose also?
It's theirs to lose right now. I think they have plenty to prove. They've been to that stage. And as coach, the new coach for FBC, I spoke with him, Reeves, I think that's his last name. He was like, oh, it always sucks playing them because they're in that same district. But right now, they're our heavy hitter.
Yep. Okay, so look, every week we're talking volleyball. Matt and Matt. 6 rotation.
Eminem.
Amazing name. We're going to follow. Somebody's going to emerge. Okay? Somebody's going to be this year's Stratford. Just
say the same
who
thing
is
about
going
Chad.
to be this year's Stratford? Is going to be who?
We got to think about like teams that aren't in our top 10.
Just give me an answer that pops in your head.
I don't know if they're going to be as good as Stratford, but
surprise team. Well, that ain't gonna be that big of a surprise if you can't think about it. Here's my surprise team. I got 2. Ready? Atascocita. That's a flyer.
I got mine.
Bridgeland.
That's another one. I was speaking with her at this. Their coach. What was her name? Geez, I just had
Matter.
Coach Verena Khalil. Speaking with her at the citywide, they're plenty motivated. They're plenty pissed because everybody thinks Cy Ranch is going to run that district, and it's always between them two. Them and the Mustangs. I don't know. I think my surprise team might be Manville. I think they got so many good players, obviously doing the UTMB Health Players of the Week, and there's always a Manville player on that list. They got that district, though. That's, as I mentioned earlier. I don't know. I think Manville might be a surprise.
Okay, there we have it. Took a minute to get us there. Took a minute to land that plane. But he's going Manville. All right, Matthew Malatesta, Matthew Ogle. Okay, so look, don't forget, follow, like, subscribe this podcast on YouTube. You're going to see clips on clips all over our social media as well. Go purchase the magazine, the photos, the video from the Media Day, all on sale. Go check it out on our Instagram. You can go right to our bio. All that stuff is right there. Okay, we'll see y'all next week. See you at the end.